Hey Scorpio, welcome to Forever Bliss Tarot with Sky. So we are working on Mercury retrograde readings. As you guys know, that just started today, ends on the 29th, and is responsible for all types of communication mayhem, conflicts, misunderstandings, technology, failing, car trouble, just all kinds of little glitches. So we want to get ahead of it and kind of see what may be on the horizon, so we at least are forewarned. So keep in mind, this is a general reading only, not a personal reading, so don't force anything to fit, and just use your discernment with whatever comes out, because it may not be your story. So this is just for you to just have a general idea, so in case you start noticing some things, luck favors the prepared, and you can be just one step ahead of it. So let's see what is going to come out. Main theme for Scorpio for Mercury retrograde. What is in store for the Mercury retrograde Scorpio collective? Like, what do they have to look out for, be aware of, energy that just may show up during this time? So we have future, we have death, we have family. So, you know, some of you may be setting some future plans. So, you know, you may be, you know, just creating, you know, planting some seeds. Let's say that. Some of you are going to be planting seeds and just really making some very strong moves towards longevity, future, retirement, just really focused on making plans. What I will say, being that it is Mercury retrograde, be mindful of signing contracts and just entering into things that are legally binding. If you must, you know, it's something you can't avoid. You're about to close on a home and you can't tell them like, oh, can we wait till next month? You know, just make sure you're really reading the fine print of anything you sign, so it's not something that, you know, hits you with the holy shit later. But you also have death here, so, you know, some of you could be experiencing, you know, a death of a family member, someone close to you. It also could be death of a cycle in your life, because, you know, we know that death doesn't always mean the final ending. Sometimes things have to die in order for new things to be reborn, for there to be new space for things to manifest. But you do have that there. You also have family here, so spending more time with family, maybe a family member needing you, making family a priority, maybe juggling work-life balance. So, you know, be mindful of that. But those are some general things that came out for Scorpio. I want to take a few from another deck just to see general main theme for Mercury retrograde for Scorpio. What is in store for Scorpio for this Mercury retrograde season? You have their social media posts are directed towards you. And then you also have causing you to have flu symptoms, fevers, chills, head colds, congestion, diarrhea. So some of you, Scorpio, you know, may be dealing with some negative energy. You got someone who, you know, is in their feelings about something that has happened, something that was said, something that you done did that just has them all stirred up emotionally, and they throw in all the shade. And if you've been thinking, is that directed at me? It is, but they didn't say it with their chest though. They said it on the internet though, so does it count? But we're not going to talk about that. But anyway, so you could have, you know, some of that kind of negativity in your energy. As far as causing you flu symptoms, you know, if you're feeling, you know, you might be under psychic attack, you might be under spiritual attack, maybe you've just been feeling really low, depressed, getting sick easier, you know, things like that. It might be time for a cleansing, time to, you know, if you do candles, whatever, just kind of cleanse your energy, sage, you know, say your affirmations, say your prayers, ask for it to be removed, ask for it to be returned to sender times 10 if, you know, anyone has tried to cast any ill intent upon you. But, you know, those are some general things that came out. I want to move to tarot now so we can see what obstacles may arise for Scorpio during Mercury. Oh my goodness, during Mercury retrograde. So Spirit, what obstacles may arise for Scorpio during retrograde? Heads up for obstacles that may arise arise for Scorpio during this Mercury retrograde. So, all right. We have, what popped out first was the Ten of Wands in reverse. You have the Five of Pentacles. You have the Two of Cups. You have the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck, you have the Eight of Cups. So I'm going to take that too. So obstacles that may present themselves are, maybe expenses. Maybe, unexpected expenses coming up that you really weren't expecting. So some of you could be experiencing a financial loss. You do have the Five of Pentacles here, which is Earth energy, Taurus specifically, but it could be, just something unexpected that costs a little more than what you planned. So it's got you kind of in a little bit of a struggle, just kind of in a bind, tight, feeling a little depleted. You also have the Ten of Wands here, which is in reverse. That's fire energy. I want to say Sagittarius. And it's you, if you've been in a situation where you have been feeling super overwhelmed and, just feeling like, you can't really take on much more. You're about to buckle under this pressure. Something that may be coming up is, or something that you need to be aware of in regard to this obstacle is your need to delegate. You may need to just get some of these, you're taking on too much and it's causing a strain on you. Some of this could be you taking on too much in regard to, finances or family or expenses, because you do have future here, you have family here. So, some of that could be you just needing to release some of the burden you've been taking on financially that's leaving you in this Five of Pentacles. You also do have the Two of Cups here. And with that being an obstacle, you may be, having some trouble in the love department, or you could be having trouble with a partnership, because it's not always about love, romantic love. It could be partnership as well. It also could be you just having trouble making a choice. Twos are about choices and you needing to make a choice that is more emotionally fulfilling for you. You have the Page of Swords here upright. That's air energy, Gemini, and that calls for, maybe you got some news. You could have gotten some news that was just not what you were expecting, especially with death here. If, it was someone who passed away or, just something sudden. My condolences if that is the case, if it's happened already, or if it hasn't happened yet and it does manifest. I hate that I had to break that news to you, but condolences already. But, this could symbolize just an obstacle of some type of news coming in that was just not what you wanted to hear. And, it may be also be you moving away from something here with the Eight of Cups, which is water energy. I want to say Pisces specifically, but, an obstacle may be you needing to leave something behind or, moving on for something. Yet again, having to make a difficult choice, like I said over here. But the Eight of Cups is, you possibly having to withdraw your energy from something or just kind of feeling disappointed, defeated, and just like the only thing you can do is walk away from something. So those could be things that come up during this Mercury retrograde. But let's see what advice Spirit has on how to handle some of these things that come up. Spirit, how should Scorpio handle the obstacles that come up during retrograde? What was that? How should Scorpio handle some of the obstacles that come up during Mercury retrograde? All right, there it is. So, we have the Knight of Cups, the Three of Swords in reverse. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse, and we have the Magician. So, with whatever these obstacles are, I'm going to start with the Three of Swords here. Three of Swords in reverse, air energy, Libra, a way you may need to handle, the obstacle that comes up is just trying to recover from what the pain is, especially if it's something due to family, burdens, I keep seeing this death and that's just horrible and I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. But it's you just recovering from that hurt and trying to heal, trying to release the pain, accepting it, understanding that, you know, it's an ending that had to happen and you need to move forward and just persevere through that feeling. You also do have the Knight of Cups here, which that's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's about, you know, taking action towards something more emotionally attuned, taking action towards healing, you know, with this being in reverse here. You also had the Ten of Pentacles here, and that's another way to handle the obstacles. That's all about groundedness. It's earth energy, Virgo, but it's, you know, making decisions to bring you towards a more long-term stability. You know, maybe, you know, like you did have this, you know, Five of Pentacles over here in the obstacle, so it could be, you know, you just making better decisions, better financial decisions, and just more grounded decisions. Even if this doesn't revolve around finances, it's just making grounded decisions that lead you towards more, you know, stability, financial security. You know, it's also home and family values, because you did have family come out, and that's something that's heavily, you know, reflected in the Ten of Pentacles as well, which is, you know, inheritance, you know, estate. You also have with future and future planning, that could also be you planning on, you know, something with your family, just something that revolves around just domestication, maybe buying a home, just resources, something like that. But, you know, focusing on really grounding yourself material-wise, financially, that is a way you can overcome the obstacle. Now, you do have the Queen of Swords here, which is in reverse, air energy. I want to say Libra, you know, and it's, you know, the Queen of Swords in reverse is a motherfucker. She, you know, she's real critical, narrow-minded, snappy. You know, she can be real bitter, just real vengeful with her words. A lot of times she can project her own pain. You know, she can be insincere. She's toxic behavior. So, you know, overcoming, I think this is more so of a warning to be mindful that you're not in that type of energy, because, you know, being in that type of energy typically will manifest more negative occurrences in your life. So just make sure that you're being very mindful of your words, the way you're communicating, especially with retrograde. Like the Queen of Swords in reverse is probably like the worst card during retrograde, because she is a fucking nightmare with her mouth. And I would know, because I'm a Libra. And I very much so can embody the Queen of Swords in reverse when I get spirited, so to speak. So, you know, just be mindful of that, because especially with the Magician coming out next, you know, that's all about manifestation, you know, manifesting inspired action. It's, you know, you holding the power to, you know, create your future, manifest your actions, creation, it's will, it's skill. So with that coming after the Queen of Swords, you know, like I mentioned, you want to make sure you are not manifesting more negative behavior or negative occurrences in life. So just be mindful of your mouth, of your tone, how you're viewing things, and that'll be how you overcome these obstacles. Now, what should Scorpio be focused on? Spirit. What should Scorpio be focused on during Mercury retrograde? What should the Scorpio collective be focused on during this retrograde? All right, I'm going to take them all. So we've got, and I can't help but notice bottom of the deck, Four of Pentacles, which is conserving resources. So, you know, an obstacle is you guys being hit with some kind of expense, you know, and expenses are future goals. Let's say you got a down payment for a home. A death could be an expense, especially if you got to help with funeral costs, things like that, or just, you know. So with this coming out again, I'm getting a heavy focus on finances and you needing to really set a budget, but getting too sidetracked. Okay, so for what you should be focusing on, out comes the Seven of Cups in reverse. You have, a lot of cards came out. You have the Six of Wands upright. You have the Empress upright. You have the Hermit upright. You have the Nine of Cups upright. And you have the Justice. So, Spirit is urging you to focusing on the Seven of Cups in reverse first. That's heavy water energy. I want to say Pisces, but with it being in reverse, it's Spirit wanting you to focus on making very solid decisions based off of reality. Not any illusions, not being sold any dreams, any fluff, any bullshit. You know, the Seven of Cups is about making decisive decisions based off of the facts, based off of what you're seeing, not based off of potential, not based off what you wish it could be if XYZ was what, based off of what it is today in real time. Focus on what you actually can tangibly see or what you're being shown, just not anything that's illusions. So you also do have the Six of Wands here. Great card. So some of you may be working on goals, working on something where you might be, you know, publicly recognized. You know, it's all about success. You know, you're achieving something. You may be hitting a milestone of something you've been working really hard for, and, you know, putting your focus on that during this retrograde will help balance out, you know, possible negative energy and things like that, because you're pouring into something that, you know, is going to get you recognition. It's going to reward you. It could be a promotion, you know, focusing on work, because you do have a lot of pentacles here. So there is a calling to be focused on your stability and work, and maybe doing so, you know, will lead you to something where you feel rewarded or, you know, promoted, things like that. You're also being asked to focus on nurturing yourself, especially with the Hermit here. That's all about, you know, introspection, you know, going into solitude, but not in an unhealthy way, like you're isolating, but solitude is in just pulling back and replenishing your energy. You know, sometimes you need to retreat to refill your cup. And with the Empress right here, you know, she's all about nurturing. She's the mother. She's feminine. She's earth energy. Taurus, Libra. You have the Hermit here. That's also earth energy. So there's a big need for you to focus on just re-grounding yourself from a foundational standpoint and just pouring into you, nurturing you, you know, making sure that you have what you need before you can really give to anyone else, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And with those things, you know, it's focusing on your fulfillment with the Nine of Cups here as well. You know, that's just you accepting whatever, you know, happened in the past. You've learned lessons. You're appreciative of the lesson. The Nine of Cups is a state of gratitude. It's the state of being satisfied. Like, you may not be where you want to be at the end of the day, but also show gratitude for where you currently are, because it can always be worse. And again, you know, redirecting thoughts of like scarcity, lack, and, you know, having to conserve resources, but make sure it doesn't consume you, because even still, you are very blessed. And that's why you're being called to put a focus on those things, just so you can keep things balanced here with the Libra Justice card. Well, Justice, but it's Libra energy, air energy. So it's about, you know, understanding the cause and effect, taking accountability, and just, you know, owning the consequence of your own actions, owning, you know, the fact that what you put out, you get back, owning your own mistakes, just being fair with yourself, being honest with yourself, operating from a place of honesty, and just being truthful. You know, you can't lie to yourself. You know, you're not supposed to lie to others either, but, you know, lying to yourself definitely isn't going to help anything. So just make sure you are balanced in what it is that you're focusing on, so you can really reap more rewards and not create more karmic debt, if you know what I mean. So that is what we have for that. Now I just want to get some like general advice. Let's get general advice from Spirit for the Scorpio collective. Just any advice Spirit wants Scorpio to know during this retrograde. Anything you want them to be aware of. There we go. All right. So we have... All right, we have, what came out first? It was the Six of Swords, then it was the Nine of Wands, then it was the Six of Cups in reverse, then it was the Knight of Swords. So, advice from Spirit is that, you know, there may be something that, you know, you need to move forward from. And, you know, you just need to accept it and release the baggage of that, and just go on a healing journey, so to speak, and just know that you're moving into calmer waters, whether it's some sort of ending a job, a relationship, even with the death here, because you have a lot of acceptance and healing cards. So, I do hope that, no one's dying, because I'm getting a lot of energy of that, especially with you needing to just accept things for what it is. But, Spirit is saying you're going to need to just be in that kind of mind frame of just, accepting it for what it is. It's time to move on. You fought a good fight. You do have the Nine of Wands here, and that's all about really, you defended everything at all costs. You're battered and bruised, and you were resilient, and you are nearing that finish line and still standing. But, just know, it's coming to an end, whatever it is, or whatever the circumstance is. You are going to, need to move past it and just be resilient. You also have the Six of Cups here. That's in reverse. Six of Cups is Scorpio energy, but water energy nonetheless. But it's, Spirit warning you about being, stagnant, stuck in the past. The Six of Cups is a card, that revolves around nostalgia and memories and, just revisiting old memories, but, making sure you're not doing it to the point of dwelling and just remaining stuck in an energy reminiscing on the shoulda, coulda, woulda, when what you need to do is you got to move past it, because you're not there anymore. It's not here anymore, and dwelling on it isn't going to really produce any kind of new result. So with the Knight of Swords here, which is definitely an action card, Spirit is advising that, whatever does come up, try to, take action towards whatever it is. With the Knight, I said that's air energy, Gemini heavily, but it's taking action to, feel your feelings, be resilient, but still move away and make sure that you don't remain stuck in a situation that you need to move on from, because the only way you're going is forward. And that's what you do need to be focused on after you navigate whatever it is that you are. So that is what I have for the tarot portion of the reading. I do want to pull an Akashic Record card just to see what messages you might have from past life. We carry over past life karma into the next life, and our Akashic records contain that information. And sometimes it's just advice from your higher self, from lessons that you learned in the past, and, just some guidance. So Spirit, what Akashic messages do you have for the Scorpio Collective? Akashic messages for the Scorpio Collective, and there it is. All right, so you have protect and you have resolution. So you're being asked to protect yourself and your energy. It is okay to want to give to others, which you do effortlessly. It's important, though, that you set healthy boundaries with your energy before doing so. Now is the time to get some protection in place. And I feel like that goes, what happened over here? Oh yeah, this little social media things. I remember I said with the causing you symptoms and flu, and in case you are feeling like you might have some negative energy or a bit of an attack going on from the other realm. So there's a need to just make sure you're protecting yourself, cleansing yourself, saying your prayers, whatever you do, whether you identify as a witch, whether you're spiritual, whether you're eclectic, whether you're religious, whatever it is that you do during times of despair or uncertainty or fear, say your prayers. Just do whatever it does within that faith that makes you feel more secure. You also have resolution here. Whatever it is that you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. And I feel like that, talks about your advice from Spirit over here with, that need to accept it and still move forward, even if it might not be an ideal circumstance, just dwelling on, all the stagnant shoulda, coulda, woulda of something you can't change is not conducive with growth. So you have to move forward. So yes, that is your reading, Scorpio. So I hope it resonates. Don't really like the whole death part in case you guys are going to lose someone. So I can't say I hope that resonates. But, if it does, if something like that does happen, just, be strong, be resilient. Let me know if any of this does come out, if some of this has maybe happened already. Don't forget to like the video. It helps me with the algorithm, but it also helps you identify as my Forever Bliss Tarot Collective, so our energies collide and Spirit knows I am to get messages to you because you're watching. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future readings. But that is what I have for you, Scorpio, and good luck during this retrograde.